Guys, I'll get the microphone in a second. I got to have assistance. My easel broke tonight. Don't start me in Texas. Okay. Thanks, Mike. Guys, my name is Jeff Henry. Everybody asks me, are you the guy that writes letters to the editor? Yeah, that's me. I'm the guy that writes the letters to the editor. And real briefly, I'll just touch base. I have some flyers over there with my bio on. I graduated like Jimmy in 1974 from Rockwood High School. We knew each other growing up. Okay? Two girls I will always call dear friends, Maggie Boos and Peggy Kimball, introduced me to my wife, Marta Holt. Well, it's Marta Henry now. We've been married for 34 years, and she was a graduate of Somerset. So we have 3 children, and I attended school in Pittsburgh, University of Tennessee. I took some classes, Old Dominion University in Virginia, Indiana University of Pennsylvania I'm attending right now. Okay, I work at Somerset County Tech Center as an electrical technology or electrical occupations teacher. So anything else you guys want to see on here, I'll have over there, you can grab them and what have you. The guys, the reason I'm running for county commissioner is if you read my letters, I like to tackle 3 things basically. 1 is inflation, 2 is taxes, and 3 is debt. Okay? Does everybody here understand debt, the United States is in over its head, correct? We're all cool with that. Okay? Over 40 states are in debt trouble. I read today, I'm not going to beat this to death, but I read today where New York is $9 billion over. They're in trouble. Pennsylvania's $4 billion over. I follow another lady by the name of Meredith Whitney. She exposed the whole bank scam in 6 or 7. She broke city loose and everything fell after that. She was an analyst for Oppenheimer. Okay? She since quit and started her own business. They did a 2-year study. There's going to be $50 to $100 billion worth of failures in municipalities in this country. Everything's crumbling. Okay? Folks, this is hard to say, but we got hit with a 20% tax increase. We did in Somerset County. And that got me fired up. Okay, so then I started to investigate the debt. Right, we're 32.6 in debt. Okay, $32,680,000. And I'm going to flip this chart in a second and show you the numbers. But something that you'll see up here. Our debt, our budget this year is just under $40 million. Our debt to budget, if that budget was a GDP, we'd be at 81.75% of GDP, debt ratio. How many people ever went out to borrow money at a bank to get a mortgage? They like to see tops 33%. We're running 81.75. But here's the kicker. Let me get the numbers. That's just the debt. What it costs to service that debt is $46,968,000. We're in the hole. That's 115% of our GDP. 115%. That's not good. I looked at, the commissioners gave me the debt structure last Thursday. I looked at it and I said, oh my gosh. I went for help. I went to some professionals that have degrees in finances and, they work in the industry selling stocks and stuff like that. What's the world? But anyhow, they came back with we're going to do a report. Let's put it this way. We're going to publish a report, but there's still a lot of questions need answered. Okay? Let me take a second to flip this over so you guys see it. Guys, I was working on this after school tonight, and they called an emergency staff meeting, so this is not as neat as I wanted it, but I think you guys will get the picture. This is hold on one more. Folks, this is Economics 101. I wrote about this in one of my letters to the editor, okay? This is what a normal economy, expanding economy, would look like from an economist's point of view. This black line right here, I hope you can see it. If not, I'll have it over there where you can look at it better, is an economic cycle. This is the peak of that cycle. This is what they call the trough of the cycle. This is recessionary times, which we're in right now. If you're going to tax, you tax up here at the peak when money's flowing, when people are working. When money's flowing through the county, they really don't mind paying a couple extra bucks because they have it. We got hit with a 20% tax down here. Somerset County, if you guys looked at the numbers, and I'm just getting into the numbers, over 50% are age. Even Pamela took our input said at the February meeting out here that, I don't know the exact words, I don't remember them, but we got a large population of people that are going to be in their 80s. We hit them with they have no earning capacity. But we got them with a 20% tax. Okay? Let me tie inflation in with it. Let me bring the macro into the micro a second. I wrote in one of my letters to the editor in 2009 to watch inflation, watch hyperinflation. Last year in 2010, right at the end of the year, I said, watch oil, watch commodities, watch food. Okay, gold, silver, copper, all new highs. Oil's up about 30% since I said it's on its way to 200 a barrel. How are we going to pay those taxes in this coming year when we're paying $7 to $8 to fill up a gallon to fill up our cars? How are we going to do it, folks? How are we going to service that debt of $46 million? It's not 32.8, it's 46. A wealthy man doesn't ask how much interest am I paying. A wealthy man asks how much is it going to cost me. It's costing all you $46 million. Well, me too. Okay, 5 minutes. Okay, let me flip through here a couple times. I'm afraid I'll run out of time. Okay, 32.680 in debt. It's 81.75% of our GDP or of our budget. But our true debt service is 115% of the budget. I'm repeating myself, bear with me. $46.968 million is what we owe. Our debt right now won't be paid off until the year 2029. In the year 2008, we refinanced debt from 1993. Why isn't it paid off? It's 18 years. 1993 to 2011. 18 years. What are we doing? We're putting all you guys in a hole. We're putting all you guys in a hole. Hold on. And me. Okay, I went to Wikipedia over the weekend when I was preparing my numbers. Wikipedia said there's 22,042 families in the county. Okay, I think it said, well, we'll get to that. There's 77,740 people. But each family owes to pay that debt $2,130 right now. That's the bill for the family, not the individuals. Okay, oh, down here, we have 77,042 people, according to the computer. Each person owes $604. That's not you or you. That's our first graders, our 4-year-olds, our 3-year-olds, 18-year-olds and on up. We all owe $600 just to pay off that debt. After 5 years, we will have only paid down 18.5% of the principal. That's it. We're still looking at a lot of debt. Guys, I want to read an email that I just received from one of the financial guys before I came out here. The county will owe $31,595,000 in principal at the end of this year, 2011. That comes by making this year's payment after increasing the millage rate 1.8 cents for 2011. The entire debt is scheduled to be paid off in 2029 based on current schedules. That assumes no additional capital projects will be undertaken, no increase in payment to the Cambria Somerset Water Authority, no additional personnel are hired, no raises are given, no increase in pension costs, no increase in health care employee benefits, no increase in state, federal, or no decrease in state or federal funding, no decrease in population, no business leaving, and no increase in any other expense currently being paid. And then he says taxes will have to be raised somewhere down the line to keep the county viable because the above statement is dream world and you know it. Guys, last year when those taxes raised 20%, this came from a phone call, so I was coming up the driveway. That netted $2.4 million, approximately, don't hold me to that number. Over $1 million had to be pulled out of our reserve fund to balance the budget this year. Over $1 million. And there's not that much left in the reserves. I'm going to wrap it up. Guys, I can't stand up here and promise you industrial parks. I can't promise you anything. I will promise you that if I get in that office, we're going to get out of debt. And we're going to get out of debt just as fast and furious as we can get out of debt. And then we'll look about lowering those taxes. Guys, we can't sustain it. We can't sustain it. You see the numbers. Wait for my report that's coming out. It's going to be more detailed because some of that bond structuring, I'm questioning also. That's all I'm going to say about that. Thank you.